whatever. My mouth broke. Dehumidifiers. Thank you. I hate those damn things. Light bulbs. What else does it regulate? Certain renovations, fitness equipment, clothing, baby cribs, pacifiers, rattles and toys, marbles, latex balloons, matchbooks, bunk beds, mattresses, mattress pads, televisions, radios, cell phones, iPads, other digital media devices. Hold on, get my second breath. Power supplies, stereo equipment, garage door openers, lawn mowers, lawn darts, pool slides. And there I decided to stop. The federal government also regulates toothpaste, deodorant, dentures, and most things in and around the medicine cabinet. What about the home itself? What do you have to go through in this country to build a home today? Federal rules set standards for insulation, gypsum board, treated lumber, windows, pipes, ventilation ducts, flooring, paint. Home builders must comply with the Clean Air Act, the Clean Water Act, the Endangered Species Act, the Resource Conservation and Recovery Act, the Toxic Substances Control Act, and the National Historic Preservation Act, and that's before you deal with your state and local government. Let's look at the production and consumption of food, the latter of which I enjoy quite a bit myself. Did you know that the total federal budget for regulating nearly all aspects of food production to consumption exceeds the entire nation's net farm income? Consider food packaging. New mandates require food labels, quote, to disclose net contents, identity of commodity, the name and place of the business of the product's manufacturer, packer, or distributor. Certain terms like low sodium, reduced fat, high fiber must meet strict government definitions. The federal government has defined other terms used for nutritional content, including low, reduced, high, free, lean, extra lean, good resource, less, and light. If food is described as organic, it must meet the federal government's definition. I've barely touched the surface. Now, I could delve into regulations involving the automobile, its assembly, parts, environmental controls, mileage standards, safety standards, window labels, but I won't. I could delve into regulations involving the workplace, including wages, taxes, health benefits, pension benefits, union elections, equal employment requirements, financial practices, record keeping, and even the labeling of the contents of what you have in the vending machine down the hallway, but I won't. The list of products, services, and human conduct regulated by the federal government is virtually endless. But now the federal government has become even bolder. Why go through the back door when you can come through the front door? The federal government is flat out nationalizing businesses like General Motors and Chrysler, buying up stock in businesses, including scores of banks. And by the way, I love my bank. Abolishing whole industries. Well, one person got it. Abolishing whole industries. I used to like it when they gave out, lollipops and toasters, but I think they're federally prohibited from doing that now. So they're wiping out whole industries, student loan businesses. They're preventing businesses from opening new plants in right-to-work states like IBM in South Carolina. It's forcing more and more employees into union shops, whether they like it or not. And it's interfering with executive compensation. Well, let me put it to you this way. Today, the federal government is the largest creditor, debtor, lender, employer, consumer, contractor, grantor, property owner, tenant, insurer, healthcare provider, and pension guarantor in existence. But a trip through post-constitutional America would be incomplete without mentioning Obamacare and cap and trade. Obamacare not only destroys the private healthcare system, which is the envy of the world because of all of its innovations and access to life-saving and quality of life treatments that our society offers. It is the most brazen assault on individual liberty and expansion of federal power in our lifetimes. The notion that federal politicians and bureaucrats can claim authority over the individual and dictate what individual citizens must purchase, whether they want to purchase something or not, and whether it's in their best interest or not, is characteristic of totalitarian regimes. It is the power government uses to relentlessly and ceaselessly coerce, repress, and control the individual. And the idea that the EPA can claim the power to regulate carbon dioxide, which is not and never has been a pollutant. Which is what you exhale when you breathe, which is what plants need to create oxygen, which is necessary to sustain life on Earth, last time I checked. It's not about global warming. It is the means by which the federal government seeks to control private property rights in the name of health and the environment. And if you say you're doing something in the name of health and the environment, apparently in this country you can do any damn thing you want. And that's the point. If you can regulate carbon dioxide, then what is left of limited government? The federal government will use this power to develop and institute long-term industrial and agricultural policies, which you may have thought died with the implosion of the old Soviet Union. If we have to rely on federal policy to clothe and feed us, we will freeze and starve to death. How did we survive and thrive as a people before the onslaught of big government? How did we cope without all these laws and regulations, taxes, spending, and borrowing? How did we eat, clothe ourselves, shelter ourselves, educate ourselves, raise our children, start a business, find a job, secure medical care, prepare for retirement, drink clean water, breathe clean air, choose the right light bulbs, flush the damn toilet? How did we do it without the federal government's help? Are we better off as a result of this? No! Are you happier as a result of this? No! Are you more secure? No! Are you more optimistic? No! Thank you. The nation is less vigorous and less prosperous than before. The fact is that more and more of our fellow citizens are fed up with what's going on with this government. Our ranks are growing, our message is getting out, and we have a plan. You know what that plan is? It's called the Constitution of the United States. We have a jobs and housing program. You know what that is? It's called capitalism. We have a foreign policy, too. You know what we call it? Don't tread on me. No amount of class warfare, Marxist propaganda, phony jobs bills, unconstitutional executive orders, and liberal media smear jobs of our candidates will dispirit us or divert us. The day is long past when we leave our generals on the battlefield without the infantry. Now, we're here to draw a line in the sand. And we're here to take a stand. And our message is clear. Take your hands off our wallets, get out of our homes and automobiles, leave our farms and businesses alone. We will choose our doctors, we'll eat whatever the hell we want, and stop teaching our children trash. We are not subjects. We are not the masses. We are still a strong, self-sufficient, independent people. We neither want nor need temporary politicians telling us how to live, where to live, and even whether we'll live under Obamacare. These politicians are to represent us, not dictate to us, or we're going to kick their asses out of office. We own this government, every damn part of it. They don't own it. They need to be controlled, not us. Our designs are nothing short of taking this nation back, reestablishing constitutional government, liberating our economy, and defending individual sovereignty. And if you stand in our way, we have every intention of defeating you. One of my favorite quotes from my favorite president, Ronald Reagan, it's at the end of my book. He said, "Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction." We didn't pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on for them to do the same. Or one day we will spend our sunset years telling our children and our children's children what it was once like to live in the United States where men were free. We conservatives, we constitutionalists, we Americans need to get busy. God bless you, and thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stay in your seats. Our awards program will continue in just 2 minutes.
Hi, I'm Dennis Furton. I'm the CFO of Tricycle Integration, and about 14 years ago, myself and a couple of my friends fulfilled our lifelong dream and started our own business. In 2003, we were recognized in Entrepreneur Magazine's top 100 fastest growing companies, and we were 49th and 39th later in 2005.